Hello and welcome to my channel Mystic Mim Tarot. Today I'm doing a reading from the masculine to the karmic. I'll get a lot of different messages from him for the karmic. I'll conclude the reading with various songs too. Please note that this is a collective reading, not a personal one. So take the cards that resonate to your situation and leave the ones that don't. Also, the genders may be switched in this reading. Let's begin. What would the masculine like to say to the karmic today? You are so easy sexually. That is how you get men. You are a vixen. You know how to work men psychologically, mentally, and sexually to get whatever you can out of them. Even though I did end up choosing you, I presumed that the divine feminine would fret for me, wait for me, or chase me. I had her all wrong. She actually left and my plan backfired. She is working on her money now and is putting a lot of effort into achieving her goals. The reason we are both coming out in the divine feminine's tarot readings is because I am obsessed with trying to hold on to her, whilst you are obsessed with holding on to me. The divine feminine peacefully snuck away from me. I cannot believe I let her do it. You are so nasty. I have figured out that you love to come in between relationships and break them up. Your kids need a mother who is there for them, not one who places men, women, and alcohol before them. I am a player and you are a Jezebel. I tried to recreate the dynamic that I had with the DF with you, but it was a massive failure. You are just not her. Karmic justice for the divine feminine is that she receives a beautiful soulmate after having dealt with me. I can sense that the DF has a new divine masculine in her energy. The DF was way too smart for my games and my manipulation tactics. God was protecting the divine feminine the entire time from me. The fact that I juggled her with you and then chose you, that rejection was God protecting her. We yell, swear, and abuse one another verbally. The more spell work that you put on the divine feminine, the better her life gets. This is because she is an alchemist. The divine feminine's ancestors have sent back the black magic that you intended for her straight back to you. The ancestors are also tormenting you for your wicked deeds. That is why you feel as though you are losing the plot. They are sending you crazy. You really need to get a life. This infatuation and obsession with the divine feminine has to stop. It has taken over your whole life. Besides, I am here with you now. You got what you wanted, so leave her alone for God's sake. I juggled you with the divine feminine and lost the best woman I have ever encountered in my life. That is the divine feminine. You get drunk and then depressed because you know the divine feminine is doing nothing but winning and succeeding in her life. I hate the way that you have called the police on me. You always play the victim, even when you are the true abuser. The divine feminine warned me about my toxic family and friends. However, I didn't listen to her. Once a cheater, always a cheater. We are both cheaters. The divine feminine thinks that I have an evil streak now. I need God in my life. What else would the masculine like to say to the karmic today? Even though I have you as well as other options, I still think about the DF all of the time, daily in fact. The DF does still love me, I really do believe that. She just loves herself more now. The divine feminine is a money magnet now. I have been petty and bitter about how the DF has completely abolished me out of her life. The chemistry we once had is gone. Being with you isn't exciting anymore. We don't have that spark for one another the way that we once did. Karma is now here for me. I am losing money, friendships, material possessions, control, and hope regarding my future. You have had a negative impact on my life. I feel as though you have hexed me. If I had have known my karma would be this drastic, I never would have chosen you, ever. I love to gossip about people and smile in their faces, whilst the whole time I am running them down behind their back. The DF's intuition suddenly kicked in. Even though I was telling her that I was single and only had eyes for her, she discovered that you were in the picture in my life, behind the scenes. I have tried so many times to break up with you. You are way too toxic for me. My addictions are so important to me, and I prioritize them over anyone or anything. These include sex, drugs, porn, and alcohol. The energy that the DF put into me in the past, I then put into you. I have ghosted so many women. There are a number of reasons why I chose you originally. These include: you love to party, just like me. You live for today and don't worry about tomorrow, just like me. You accepted me exactly the way I was. We shared many addictions. You were fun and adventurous. You were on my level, for example, the same class and same vibration. You were very open sexually. For example, you were into kinks, fetishes, and threesomes. You promised me everything in the past: the home, the money, the holidays, you name it, even though you were lying. And finally, you were my partner in crime. Now though, I completely regret getting involved with you. I want the divine feminine back. You are nothing but an evil witch who sold me a dream and had me in an illusion the whole time. One of the bonuses with you was that you let me explore other options and even bring them into our bedroom. I am a player who goes between lots of different options because I love people fighting over me. It makes me feel like a god. I am not having any new beginnings in my life at the moment. Now that I want to right my wrongs, the divine feminine is nowhere in sight. She no longer wants to hear my excuses. I have had a delayed reaction when it comes to the mistake that I made by choosing the wrong woman, you, over the right woman, the divine feminine. You had me fooled. I thought that you were a true blessing in the beginning, but now I know that you dabble with black magic. You use it to get what you want in life and also who you want in life. You are actually demonic. The DF happily walked away and allowed me to have the one who I thought was so much better at the time, and that is you. I ran from my feelings for the divine feminine straight to you for lust, distraction, and fun. You tricked me into a karmic cycle and into abandoning and breaking the heart of my true love, the DF. I admit that I do a lot to remain in the divine feminine's energy. These methods include: I masturbate over her photos, I talk to family and friends about her, I daydream about her, I think a lot about how different my life would be if she were to ever take me back again. I have tried to astral project into her dreams. I talk to you a lot about her. I have vivid dreams about her quite often. I Google her whenever I can get to any information on her. I check her Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram to keep my eye on her. Obviously, only if she has these platforms. You told me that you would love to have a threesome with the divine feminine as you are very attracted to her. You imitate everything that she does: her spirituality, her dress sense, her looks, the way she walks and even talks. If you do all of this, can you understand why it is difficult to understand that you loathe her and wish bad ill over her life? You are one mixed up individual. The DF's ancestors have been waking me up at night and preventing me from sleeping for what I did to her. You did spell work on the divine feminine's career and to prevent her from receiving her spiritual inheritance. You are a manipulative, gaslighting trickster. You put doubts in my mind about everything in my life. You told me that I wouldn't get anywhere with the divine feminine, that she didn't have enough money, and that I would experience blockages and setbacks if I continued to stay with her. You brainwashed me. You are very much the cause of me breaking up with the divine feminine. Your behavior is a turn-off for me. You act like a teenager. I am a very difficult person to trust because I am not genuine. Even though I am deeply aware that I am a coward, I would never admit it to anybody. I got with you because I felt comfortable with your low vibe energy. It was so easy, or so I thought, and I only used you for my ego. I know the divine feminine was on a whole different level to me altogether. You are fake and you promised me the world and you pretended to have everything to offer when it was all a bunch of illusions and future faking. I wasted so much damn time with you that now the DF has a new soulmate coming in to scoop her up. You don't even compare to the DF, so how can you even think that you could compete with her? You have met me, but you have me, however you still have it out for the divine feminine. I don't get it. You are worn out from trying to put spell work on the divine feminine. It has made you tired because you do it over and over and expect a different result. That is the definition of insanity. Every time you use black magic on the DF, her ancestors send it straight back in your direction. The yucky odor that you have down there is probably caused by all of the evil that you put out into the world. It kills me that the Divine Feminine is walking directly into her destiny. She has risen like a phoenix and left me in the dust. The DF had to lose me in order to love herself. You hate the way that I put the Divine Feminine on a pedestal. I played one too many games with the Divine Feminine and she became exhausted with me. You claim that I have changed now and that I don't do anything nice for you anymore. You say it's because I've got you where I want you now. I ran the Divine Feminine down to you quite a lot. Now I want to contact the DF and run you down to her. I am so sick of being with you. You and your mum are both narcissists. The difference between you and the Divine Feminine is that she doesn't need to do black magic on a man in order to keep him, nor does she have to allow others into the bedroom to keep a man. Men who are with the Divine Feminine will never forget her, nor will they ever get over her properly. You have tried to use mind manipulation to change my thought patterns. Seriously, who does that? You taught me a lot of different sexual things that I had no clue about. I want to get back into the DF's life again because she is now standing in her power and receiving her justice for my injustice towards her. This is basically my life. I am physically with you, but I am yearning for the Divine Feminine. I can't see that changing anytime soon. The DF has slammed the door in my face for now. She is on a different timeline and has left me behind. I wake up in regret every single day for choosing you over the beautiful Divine Feminine. I never realized what a treasure the DF was until I saw your nasty side and your true colors come out. The DF is over your drama and being stalked and spied on. Leave her alone for God's sake. I know now that you are my karma. You hate condoms. No wonder you have had issues with unwanted pregnancies and STDs. If you hate her, then why do you continue to watch her and spy on her? My family feel that I got exactly what I deserved when it comes to meeting you. We both act the same, do the same things, have the same goals, and hang around the same group of people. I know that I am a control freak. I feel powerful when I have women just where I want them, and that is under my thumb. You are a Queen of Wands in reverse. After everything that you did to prevent the DF from receiving her abundance, she is still going to receive it. You wanted the DF suffering, however her connection to Source keeps her safe, protected, and content. You tried to get people to gang stalk and dislike the divine feminine, yet you are a copycat. You mimic everything she does. None of this makes sense. After all of your witchcraft directed towards the DF, she remains stable, has her finances in order, and is healthy and optimistic about her future. It was basically all a waste of time and money. The moral of the story is that good does prevail over evil. You are obsessed with the nightlife, drinking, and a lifestyle of partying. The DF views me as a coward who has no heart. I have codependency issues and problems with several addictions. We share these issues though. That is how we bonded in the first place, with the drugs, sex, and alcohol. You should understand now exactly how protected the DF is by her ancestors, spirit, and her angels due to the blowback that you have received in your own life. I don't know how I ever thought that I could lie to a high priestess, that is the DF, and ever get away with it. I must have had rocks in my head. I carry negative energy, and I am also an energy vampire. So anyone who comes in contact with me ends up exhausted and drained. You are mad about the divine feminine's glow up and her success. You need to get tested for STDs. You have previously had one, and the odor that you have could be an indication that you have picked up another one. What else would the masculine like to say to the karmic today? I hate that you know all of my deepest, darkest secrets. The DF is thriving and her success is making me even more obsessed with her. You were not who you said you were. You are a fake. You deserve an award for your performance. I really thought that you were a good person. This is a dysfunctional household. There are even things being broken in this house. Will you please stop saying that I am depressed all of the time? The DF wouldn't fight for me because I didn't fight for her. You are just as manipulative and corrupt as I am. You despise the divine feminine because she is all about speaking the truth. You seemed like an easier option than the DF at the time. Now I realise the DF was always the best choice. I only stayed with you in the first place due to my insecurities and childhood wounding. I rejected my North Node to live in my South Node alongside you. Everything that the DF wanted with me years ago is what I finally realised that I want now. Having this terrible experience with you has completely changed my perspective. We have a trauma bond together. You are crazy to even think that the DF is jealous of you. She is divine. She would never be jealous of a karmic. You're the one who is jealous of her. You are a sponge for dark entities. To think I had a chosen one and lost her for you. I am full of regret and remorse. I am growing tired of the life that we lead. I am exhausted and drained from the toxicity. I am starting to think of my future now. You learned the hard way that nothing we can do could stop the divine feminine getting what is meant for her from God. It is her birthright. I hid the photos that I have of the divine feminine in a secret app on my phone. I acted cold and pushed the divine feminine away. I could kick myself for doing that now. I regret letting you, other karmics, and my addictions get in the way of my connection with the Empress. You never had anything to offer me all along other than sex. You don't feel good enough within yourself, and that's why you pretend to be the divine feminine. I now regret bad-mouthing the divine feminine with you behind her back. Every time I run her down, I receive bad karma. What we have together is crumbling because it wasn't built on a strong foundation to begin with. My ego is the reason why I chose to hook up with a karmic, you, over my true love, the divine feminine. You must be tired of trying to keep the divine feminine from me. It has been like a full-time job for you. I thought the DF had done something to me because everything is going wrong in my life. Now I realize that I am suffering as a result of karma for the bad way in which I treated her. The DF warned me about you and how you were just using me for money. I wish now that I had have listened to her. The divine feminine is on a whole new level and vibration to me now. You have the most shocking, horrific reputation within the community. Spirit has literally blessed the divine feminine for the heartbreak that I caused her. I love the divine feminine, but I only know toxic love. That is all I have ever known. This whole third-party situation turned into a complete disaster. I allowed your dark energy and entities to attach to myself simply by getting involved with you. You made me promises that you knew you couldn't keep. Now that the magic is wearing off, I really don't have a clue what I ever saw in you. I am obsessed with finding out as much information as I can about the divine feminine. Is she now seeing someone? How much money is she bringing in? What has she been up to in her life? People are losing respect for me because I chose you. Every day spent with you is a waste of time. You attached a Jezebel spirit to me. Originally, I wouldn't have thought that you would be capable of half of the things that I discovered you do in the dark. I am wise enough now to understand that you are fake and that the DF is authentic. You were only ever the rebound. I cannot believe that you bribed me to stay away from the divine feminine. I cannot believe that I met a player who is even worse than I am. It must be so difficult being with a man who is yearning for another woman. The evil inside of you is beginning to show on the outside via your appearance. I have no one to genuinely love me now, thanks to you. Hurt people hurt people. That explains why you continue to hurt me over and over. I only get truly aroused when I think of the divine feminine. You need to have your own identity. Be yourself and stop copying the divine feminine. Stop antagonizing the DF. I know that you are obsessively watching tarot readings to spy on her. I had two paths ahead of me, the one with you or the one with the DF. Of course, I chose the wrong one. What else would the masculine like to say to the karmic today? You kept my judgment clouded using spell work and my addictions. I really wish that you would stop breaking my physical possessions. You have to have sex in order to get attention. The Empress attracts attention by simply sitting on her throne. Your self-esteem couldn't be very good if you became a doppelganger to impress me. You are a wolf in sheep's clothing. You hate that the DF is so protected and is so financially stable, and her victory is killing you. You keep blaming the DF for why things are not working out between us. The DF is so peaceful and content. We are living over here in a dysfunctional household. I will never delete the divine feminine's photos ever. I will cherish them for the rest of my life. I didn't use my intuition when it came to you, and that's why I made the decisions that I did. You acted like you were innocent and sweet. However, in reality, you are nasty and wicked. You are getting karma whilst the DF is getting dharma. You kept me in low vibration constantly. That's why the spell worked for a period of time. My life was so simple before you came into it. I wanted both my divine partner and the reckless lifestyle that I was leading. For a while, I thought that I could have the best of both worlds, sex with you and true love with the Empress. You put so many burdens on me. I am sick to death of living in the Ten of Wands energy. I am turning into an alcoholic because of you. I cannot believe that you are okay with me having sex with your friends. You wanted the DF's relationship, her title, her finances, her spiritual gifts, her job, and her inheritance. I hate the way that you are exposing my secrets and making me look like a fool within the community. I know that you and your friends get together and get up to no good doing magic together. When we argue, I praise the divine feminine on purpose to upset you. I got tricked into thinking that you were the better choice. However, it was all an illusion. You actually get great satisfaction from knowing that I broke an earth angel's heart. You hate the way the divine feminine is grounded, innocent, and loving. You have brought nothing but tower after tower into my life. I lied to the divine feminine about having you on the side because I knew that she would have left me if she knew or found out about you. It's amazing how you can meet one wrong person and it can change the trajectory of your life. Stop labeling the DF as a homewrecker. You are the homewrecker. I thought that I was moving to greener grass with you. However, that grass was brown and dead. We both love to be the life of the party. At the moment, I am short-tempered and moody because the DF is ignoring me. I had karmic debt to pay off, and that's why you came into my life as my karma. You were siphoning the divine feminine's energy in the past. You told people that the DF was evil and did black magic. You were projecting what you do onto her. I have learned the hard way that sex could never replace true love. You are a Queen of Wands in reverse. However, the DF is all 4 queens in the deck. She is the Empress. I cannot believe how foolish I was to make the DF wait whilst I fooled around with you and all of the others that we brought into the bedroom. You found evidence in my phone that portrays my strong feelings for the divine feminine. You were kind and loving when you wore a mask, but now you are spiteful and greedy. Can we simply go one day in this household without mentioning the divine feminine's name? I know that you hate the way the DF is so protected and favoured by spirit. You are so annoyed that the universe is blessing the DF in many ways. Financially, enhancing her spiritual gifts, bringing her abundance, new opportunities, material possessions, and creative endeavours. You have been assassinating the divine feminine's character. The DF is actually chosen. That is why you're being punished so much by the universe for wishing ill on her. You keep me in devil energy and you've tried to break my soul. You copied the DF in so many different ways, trying to fool me into believing that you were the divine feminine and she was the karmic. You have depleted me physically, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. I am feeling sick to my stomach because the DF has closed out this chapter with me and moved on with her life. I found found out that you did chaos and separation magic so that the divine feminine and I would break up. I was upset with the divine feminine, so I rushed into something with you. You are upset because you cannot compete with the divine feminine, and I am upset because I should have chosen her and not you. Now I will get some songs. The lyrics in these songs depict how the masculine is currently thinking and feeling towards the karmic. The first one is Walking on Broken Glass by Annie Lennox. Little Miss Can't Be Wrong by the Spin Doctors. My Mistake by Split Ends. She's So Mean by Matchbox 20. Drunk by Ed Sheeran. You Chose the Wrong Girl by Luke Russell. Let's get a few more songs. Dangerous by Roxette. Just Give Me a Reason by Pink. Cigarettes and Alcohol by Oasis. Angie by the Rolling Stones. Bad Girl by LaToya Jackson. Evil Woman, Don't Play Your Games With Me by Crow. And the last one is Devil Woman by Cliff Richard. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye!